Hey guys, my name is EtheralGamer, and this is the first episode of Gamer Discussion. That was a really weird entrance, or whatever. But this is gonna be a serious, series is gonna be going on about, games in general, and, how, what's going on in the mainframe about some serious stuff and whatnot, and the truth, I'm gonna be saying it from truth, and my kind of standpoint on things and whatnot. You guys can join the discussion in the description or something. And, yeah, be really cool. And it's going to be fun. So, today's topic for the gaming discussion, the first episode, is real reviewers versus fake reviewers. Now, this is pretty much like honest reviewers versus like trollers or haters or whatnot, and they're just crazy and they always tell shit that don't really, you know, make sense or just tell the truth. They don't tell the truth. Now, obviously, there's probably like thousands of hundreds and thousands of haters and trollers on YouTube, telling fake reviews and, just being all that sort of shit. And people get angry at them when they're told about shit on their favorite game. Like, say, I don't know, like, the Rage, I guess, or, maybe even, like the Elder Scrolls games, which, that will be in the video, an Elder Scrolls game, which is very, very good. It's not Elder Scrolls Online, because we all know that was a disappointing game, but don't worry, the patches are coming. I hope it will turn out good in the future, because I love the Elder Scrolls. I remember playing Morrowind on the XBX. It was fun, and I loved it, and it was amazing, and I want to kiss it, like, mwah, mwah. It's just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful game series. Now, there are haters, and you can totally see that haters love to make lies or just get on, like, bad sides. So let's just see about the one thing for fake reviewers. Number one, gameplay. Now, like, like, this is, what the hell? What is a game supposed to be? It's a game where you buy it so you can play the game for its gameplay, not for graphics, not for you can maybe story, just gameplay. Gameplay is the most important thing about a game. Why can't like people get that right sometimes? They never get it right, and like it's stupid. And I don't know why they don't even mention gameplay. I mean, really, I've been like, I was searching out one day, fake, just trollers and everything, and just typing in, what would come up if I typed in like The Last of Us sucks or like Sunset Overdrive sucks. I found one guy who fucking, wow, he was spouting shit out like goddamn troller, because that's what he was. He was a big troller. And it just makes no sense why he did not mention gameplay. I mean, he was just like this. Like he was talking about Sunset Overdrive, and he was saying like these graphics suck, and like it. Who cares about the graphics? It's about gameplay. I even wrote in this like the comments like it's all about gameplay. You forgot all about the gameplay, and like I just told him like list of like how he was wrong about like Sunset Overdrive. Now, I'm not an Xbox fan. I'm not. I was just defending the game because it is a good game by all means. Because the gameplay is nice and fluid. It's challenging because like pressing buttons is well just like you have to press a lot of buttons to you have to maneuver. You have to get used to the buttons so you can maneuver and everything, and stay on rooftops, and you need to be really quick and like just grinding on like rails and whatnot. He forgot all about that. He just said that the game looked like a Scooby Doo game, like just like a Scooby Doo animated movie or film, which the hell? It doesn't. For one, it does not. It's just really colorful, and he said he does not want to play a rainbow game. So you can totally see that is fucking weird and stupid, and I don't know why he did not mention gameplay. And he also said some shit about Shadow of Mordor, which I thought was a really, really good game. Like, the story wasn't its strong point. I know that. But, like, the gameplay and just, like, everything else, the characters were really, really good. I love, like, Talion, like, how he has to, like, avenge his, dying, family. Well, his family got like murdered, and he cheated death, and now he's like sharing like a body with like a wraith, and that's interesting. But he said the story was like bad. Now the story isn't bad. It's just not great. It's not really good. Okay, the story is not a strong point. It's hard to make a really interesting story. But it's hard to make interesting gameplay and at least enjoyable gameplay. He did not mention anything about gameplay. He just said fighting orcs, and it's just like fighting orcs, and then just oops, I fucked up something, but whatever. He did not mention gameplay. He just said slash orcs. He does not want to do that though. That's what he said. He does not want to do that. And you know what? Let's show that beautiful, beautiful, beautiful clip. Don't worry, I do not own the right to his channel. I'm just saying, he's a dick. So, here we go.
Today I want to talk about probably one of the worst games I've ever played. It's called Middle-earth's Shadow of Mordor.
Wait, what? Did he mess up saying Middle Earth? Shadow of Mordor? Can we get a replay on that, please?
Middle-earth's Shadow of Mordor.
Okay, so he did mess up. Don't worry, it's just a little bit of a hiccup or whatever. But I'll tell you something, this whole video is a hiccup. I mean, I'll tell you that, it's a whole hiccup. Whatever, let's just continue on with this beautiful video, or whatever this is. I don't know. Stop.
So first off, let me tell you, I went to Walmart and I want to buy Shadow of Mordor. They told me, okay, here it is. They showed me the cover and stuff like that. I bought it. So I went home, I put the disc into my PlayStation, and it didn't work. Guess what? Apparently, so funny. It's apparently PlayStation 3 can handle PS4 games, which is stupid because it's supposed to be backwards compatible. It's dumb.
Wait, really? Seriously? He's complaining about that? He should have already known that. Of course you can't play PS4 games on a PS3 system. Because PS3 isn't PS4, and plus, you can't handle it. And plus, are you an idiot? Really? Really? Wow. That was wow. Told you this guy's an idiot.
I went back and I bought a PS3 version because, PS3 sucks.
No, my friend, you are just an idiot.
Oh, I went home and I played the game. It's funny. It's like one of the worst games I've ever played. The graphics suck.
Uh-oh, retard alert! Retard alert!
You suck!
You fight orcs all the time, and it's boring. Alright, you just go there and cut stuff. That's not what I want to do. Alright. So the game is actually really boring because of the story. It's so dull. The campaign.
It's pronounced campaign. Dumbass.
So I killed all of the orcs, and the nemesis system sucks. Alright. Don't tell me you like it because it's funny. It's stupid. Alright. Doesn't make no sense. So I got to the final boss and I hated it. Alright, this game doesn't live up to the hype. If you want to play a good game, go play games like Battlefield 4, Call of Duty Ghosts.
Really? Battlefield, and Call of Duty Ghosts. Yeah, you guys can totally see now. This guy's a troller.
But yeah, but that's pretty much it. The game sucks. Middle Earth Shadow of Mordor's, I think.
Okay, so you can obviously see by that he does not mention anything about gameplay, and apparently he hates the game. Now, I know that personal preference is, like, it exists. Personal preferences exists. But really? Seriously? He hates it because he has to fight orcs and, like, the graphics and the story? That's it? Really? One, the graphics are fine. Two, the story has a strong point, but it's still a little bit enjoyable. And three, seriously? The game is the game is good. The game is a really good game. It's a good game. Just and like wow. Wow. Just imagine the game with like Assassin's Creed with Batman, cuz like you run around as Assassin's Creed, like Assassin's Creed, and you fight from like the combat is mostly similar to like Arkham City or the Arkham games by Batman from you know Serious. Anyway, I'm gonna show you another video, and it's about the Elder Scrolls by a different guy, but it's still a troller. So, hip hip hooray!
Hey YouTube, it's been a while since I made a review video, but I wanted to make one of this other game. It's not a Nintendo game. We all know they all suck. The Y is a terrible system.
Can you please repeat that?
It's a terrible system. The Y is a terrible system. The Y is a terrible system. The Y.
It's pronounced we, dumbass.
The Mario games. Oh, the stupid Yoshi is stupid already. We know that. But I wanted to do this other video, game, and it is called The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. I don't know what the V is for. Like, they should just call it Skyrim or the Elder Scrolls Skyrim.
Is he an idiot? Did he not go to school? If the V means 5 in Roman numerals, you dumbass. How the hell does he not know that? It's so simple. It's in Star Wars, for God's sakes, and that's one of the most popular things in days now. But then, because you know what I mean.
Random V. It's for the PlayStation Network. And well, let me just read you a little bit on the back first, real quickly.
Of course, he has ice cream with him. Of course. I mean, who doesn't like ice cream? Alright.
The next chapter in the Elder Scrolls saga arrives from, I don't even know these stupid names. The makers of the 2006 and 2008 Games of the Year. Blah blah blah. Okay, I bought this game thinking it was gonna be fun. I beat it in like 2 hours.
What? No, you didn't. You can't beat the game in 2 hours. Seriously? Did he not go on to like other quests or something? And if he did, it would have taken him 2 hours to complete the game.
I wanted to return it, but whatever, I forgot. But it's not. You can't even play with other people with this game. It's a one-person game. Now, they don't really say what the game's gonna be like on the front. The game's gonna be like on the front. The game's gonna be like on the front.
The game's gonna be like on the front. The game's gonna be like on the front. The game's gonna be like on the front. The game's gonna be like on the front.
They're just like, oh, look, it's so ambiguous. So what could it be? What's this thing, metal thing here? This game has the absolute worst graphics I've ever seen in a video game, ever.
Do you know what I want to do to this guy? This! Murder's not good. So, don't do it.
I almost want to play Mario games more than this piece of crap because it's just terrible. And for some reason, they think that putting this stupid map of a made-up place is going to make a difference. It's not. There is nowhere in the world that is like this. I looked it up on Wikipedia. but not today because Wikipedia is down for some stupid reason. But they put it in this little case that it's gonna fall apart anyways, and like the game is so easy and stupid that I can't even begin to comprehend it. I wish Sega was still around. They made cool games back in the 90s, but you know now they all suck because the graphics are terrible.
Uh-oh,
But anyway,
retard alert!
do not buy this piece of
Retard
crap.
alert, class!
So, as you can see, he did not mention anything about gameplay. He just mentioned about graphics and how he said it sucked. It doesn't, because Skyrim was a beautiful game. Even at its current state, you don't need anything to like improve it. You can, but like by itself, the original is already really, really texturized, and it's very beautiful. Now, you also said about something about how long it took to complete the game. It doesn't take that long to complete the game. It takes way longer to complete the first, like the normal campaign in the game. It is just like the main storyline is like huge, and if he did complete in 2 hours, he must have done like those really cheaty speed runs where you just like glitch through the walls and everything, and it's just stupid, but just just ignore it. But we get that they didn't really, talk about gameplay. Like, but that's just a fake reviewer. Now, I'm going to show you another review of Skyrim, but by a guy named Jeremy Johns, I think, and it's like spelled Jahns. That's his last name, and I like this guy because that's my name, Jeremy. Not the last name, just Jeremy. Jeremy's such a good name because anyone who has a first name with his first name with a J, they're a badass. So let's look at this review.
The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. Or so I wasn't able to talk about Skyrim when I was covering PAX because the line was just absurdly huge. So you guys have been waiting for me to talk about Skyrim for quite some time, and now we get to. So Skyrim takes place a couple hundred years after Oblivion, and now in Skyrim the dragons have awoken, and now you're, special. I don't want to tell you how you're special, but you are kind of special, and you need to take out the dragons. Now, is Skyrim great? To cut to the chase, yeah. Now I'm going to compare this game to Oblivion because Oblivion was the last Elder Scrolls game, and it's kind of like Oblivion, but there are a lot of things that they improved on for Skyrim. First of all, the character creation. Now when I'm creating a character, I really don't usually give a shit about what he looks like. That's whatever. I'm usually not going to see him. I'm probably going to play in first person anyway, or his face is going to be behind a helmet. I'm never going to see my guy. I forgot my guy was a dark elf for like 20 hours. 20 hours of gameplay. That's like, 20 hours in real life. But usually in a game like this, you'll have to select a preset. It's like, alright, is your guy a mage? Is he a warrior? Is he a battle mage? So he's kind of good at magic and kind of good at fighting, but never really good at either. In Skyrim, it's not like that. You just have your guy, and whatever you want your guy to be like, if you want him to be good at magic, you use magic and he'll level up magic. Lockpicking and sneaking, you want to be a thief, just level up that, he'll be that. Which I really liked, and I was like, alright, for Skyrim, I'm going to commit, I'm just going to be a mage. Because if you're like me, you always want to be a mage, but then you find out, yeah, magic is a really quick way to die. Because you really don't have any armor, and no magic is as powerful as taking a two-handed sword and cracking someone over the face with it. In Skyrim, it is not like that. In Skyrim, dude, you just burn guys to the ground with your fire magic. And when you start getting into the top tier magic, yeah. Powerful fireballs in this game feel and taste how powerful fireballs should feel in every game. When a guy comes up into your face and you just shoot that dual-handed fireball, you might as well take a nuke, put it in the guy's mouth, and just be like, it's like that. So gratifying, dude. And like I said, you can really build up your character and form him around whatever you want him to be like. So you want to be a mage who wears armor? You be a mage, you wear armor. Oh, look at that. I just built up my enchantment tier. Now I've enchanted all my armor with buffs to make my magic stronger. You all die. I'm telling you, it's like the best class in the entire game. Be magic or be dead. And the dragons in this game are awesome. The first dragon you fight is kind of story-based, so you're like, all right, these things are going to be like bosses. But it's really not like that. These dragons are just out there flying around around in Skyrim and you run across them whenever they find you. And it's the coolest thing ever. You're just going, you see that shadow fly right over and you hear it just scream. You're like, all right, get the magic ready. Let's kill a dragon. Like there's this one, I was talking to this one chick. She's feeding me a story because that's what these characters do. I hear a dragon roar and I'm like, all right, wrap up the story, lady. I really got to go fight something big. You see this dragon just flying in the background, tearing up townspeople. They will kill people. A friend of mine was playing it, killed the blacksmith. He never saw the blacksmith again. He was now dead. So they will kill characters in towns. Another improvement that I felt they made over Oblivion is that in Oblivion, the characters level with you and they just get more and more aggressive. To the point where it's not fun anymore. You're like, all right, I have 105% chameleons. The only way I'm gonna beat this game. Level up? Damn it. Why did I level up? Now all the enemies are harder. They fixed that in Skyrim. The game's a lot more playable, thus more enjoyable. In Skyrim, the enemies are beatable, and when you level up and become badass, you really feel it. One hit kill those guys with your magic. You're like, yeah, that's called a lightning bolt. Now you're ash and dust. If I have any gripes in the game, I just have a couple. Technologically speaking, sometimes your guy gets stuck. Like you try to jump over a little stone or something, and he doesn't make it, and now your foot's like stuck in the stone. You gotta back up and then jump over it again. It's kind of stupid. It's like a little glitch that they could probably fix in a patch. The other one would be there's no multiplayer in the game. The game is big enough and the characters have enough variety where if you want to team up with a friend, it's not like you two are playing the same character. You do get these people that you can recruit. You're like, can you come on my quest with me? And it was cool. At first I had this warrior chick and I'm like, yeah, you're awesome and you're kind of hot and you have hot eyes. Come with me and, you know, protect me because I'm a mage with weak magic at the time. Now I could kick her ass, but you know, at the time, she was an awesome tank. I was pretty sure she couldn't die because whenever her life got really low, she just kneeled to the ground and be like, all right, I submit, you know? So I was like, oh, okay, they can't die. Yeah, they can die, so beware of that. Is this game enormous? Yeah. It's huge. At a point when I was about 40 hours into the game and I explored about 1/4 of the map, I was like, yeah, this game's pretty enormous. And there are enough quests in this game to give it variety, and you're not gonna play through the game the same way twice. For me, I like being thematic, so if I'm, you know, like a mage and I'm a good guy, I'm not gonna go do that one mission where you have to beat guys with a mace into submission for Molag Bal. Yeah, Daedric gods are dicks. I don't really serve them. It's not my character. However, when I do my playthroughs an evil vampire, yeah, it's on. Evil shit! This is the fantasy game of fantasy games, the first-person RPG of first-person RPGs. In terms of length for Skyrim, here it is. I'm not saying Arkham City is not a great game. It is a great game. You already knew that because I already reviewed the game. But in terms of just length, the length of Skyrim makes Arkham City look about as long as Portal 1. Not lying. It's like that. Will you drop over 100 hours into this game? Yeah, you will. It's just an inevitable fact. Is it as long as 500 hours? I'm sure if you're one of those people who just sniffs every square inch of the game and does everything, it probably will be. But if you're just going through your storyline, doing the quests that have to do with you, over 100 hours, easy. Which is awesome. You totally get your money's worth. Some people would see that as a negative. They look at the game, they're like, it just sounds too big and daunting. I don't know if I can take that on. If you're ever put on an island and a magic genie's like, all right, what do you want to entertain you for the rest of your life? Just be like a computer, a monitor, a power source, and Skyrim, please. That's all you will ever need. Skyrim is awesome-tacular. So have you played Skyrim? What did you think of it? What did you think of it versus Oblivion? Comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.
So you can pretty much see from that one review that Jeremy Johns did was the most honest thing that, like, he said. Like, he was very honest. And he did say that the game had problems, like, you know, you can get stuck sometimes and you can, when I was playing the game, I got to some really weird places, and I, like, cheated, actually, once, when I jumped on some, like, boulders and got to a place that I was supposed to get somewhere in another quest. I think it was, like, in, like, one of, like, the College of Winterhold quests, and, like, it was very, very cheaty, and I apologize to Bethesda. I cheated. I'm very sorry. But yeah, that's pretty much it. You can pretty much see, like, you know, the difference between a real reviewer and, you know, a different reviewer. So, if you like the video, please give it a like, favorite it, share it on Facebook and everything, and, I would really, really, really like it if you would subscribe. I think I already said that, but I don't care. If I didn't, then this is good. If I already did, then that is just stupid of me. I'm very sorry. And yeah, I thank you for watching this first episode of Gamer Discussion. This is probably gonna take forever to edit, and this is fun. And while you're at it, go check out my series from Sonic 06. That's a crazy series that I'm doing with Harper. The third episode will be coming soon. I was just working on this one, and yeah, I hope you like it. You can go click the screen if you want to go to it. I mean, you don't have to. I mean, you can go for it if you want to, but that just I'm warning you. The game is a living nightmare, and watching it could give you crazy stupidness. So yeah, you can go subscribe to I'll put a link down below about on Jeremy John's channel. Go subscribe to him. He's a pretty good guy. He does lots of reviews and everything. And remember, I do not own the rights to any of these channels. I just use them just for just purposes of this video, and I do not own anything from it. So yeah, I hope you guys like this video, and I'll see you guys later.